This week, we nerd out about Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. We get super excited about the Nintendo Direct drop of the new Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time complete ground up remake coming to Nintendo Switch 2 later this year. We talk about a ton of new and unexpected sequels and remakes coming to a theater or TV near you in the very near future, and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger!
That's the emergency alert. This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And this week we're back to talk about all the fun stuff happening out there in the pop culture universe. But before we jump into any of that, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about this week, man?
So this week I've been nerding out about The Boys. I'm almost done with it. I'm really on the cusp. Probably after I'm done recording this, I'll be done with it. I'll watch the rest of it. But yeah, so far it's been quite the adventure.
Yeah, that's a really good, satisfying ending. At least that's how I felt. So I'm excited to hear if you felt the same way or maybe different. I had one thing that I would change, but I'll talk about it when you're done watching it.
Okay.
Well, let's see. I'm kind of nerding out about a couple of things this week. The first one is we all know that Supergirl movie is coming out in just a few weeks. We're so close. By the time this episode comes out, we're 2 weeks away. And it's based off of the comic book series Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And it's funny that I have the trade paperback of that, and the amount of times I've started it in the past handful of years and just got busy, walked away from it, never finished it. I've started that thing 2 or 3 times and got about halfway through and didn't finish. Well, I committed to finishing it this past week, and I picked it up and started from the beginning, and I finished the whole thing. And I actually really liked it. I really liked how it plays out, how it ends. And I rewatched the Supergirl trailer, and there really is a lot of elements from that book just in the trailer. So I'm excited to see what the movie does compared to the book. Obviously, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Superman's not in the book, and then he's in the trailer. And the alien girl she hangs out with looks a little more human than she did in the book and things like that. But I don't know. The book was so good. I'm excited to see how the movie kind of compares.
Right on. That's always fun to do.
Yeah. And my second nerding out is I told you a few days ago, I took my oldest son to go watch Masters of the Universe, and we went into it with the lowest possible low expectations. And I left that thing, for lack of better words, so full of joy. That thing was so fun. It had me laughing. I think I shed a tear at one point. It was funny. It was action-packed. A lot of the stuff that makes sense in an 80s cartoon that wouldn't really make sense in live action, they had some good explanations of why it was perceived a certain way. And all the old school characters, these action figures brought to life were just so cool to see. And I don't know. I can't explain it without getting too spoilery because I don't want to get too spoilery yet. But I loved it so much. I made a post on my social media that so far, and we've seen a lot of movies, this is so far my favorite movie of 2026.
Do they show the majority of the action figures come to life, basically?
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of them. There's a few that I don't want to say because it's kind of a surprise when you see them. And yeah, it's awesome.
That's cool.
I will say, I know in the past we've talked about your favorite character. Do you want to know, without saying the name of that favorite character, if they show up or not?
Do they?
They do.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. But
yeah, that makes
it's
me want to see
amazing.
it even more.
Yeah. I only took my oldest son, and I'm not even kidding. I'm willing to see it again. If any of my friends, if my other kids want to go see it, I'm so down to go see it again.
Right on. I actually remember something that I am nerding out about now.
Oh yeah, what else?
I read the Inner John Universe free comic book day comic.
Oh, nice.
Did you read that one yet?
That is one that I was able to get a copy of, but I haven't read it yet. Is it good?
It's so good. It makes me want to read all those books because it's a universe book. And so it's 4 vignettes inside of it with the 4 starters, 4 different series, and all of them were like, whoa, that looks awesome.
That's awesome. How much of it revolves around characters we're familiar with, and how much would be around maybe other things?
I'd say about half and half.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it looked really cool. The artwork looked awesome. So yeah, that might be something I have to try to read this summer.
Yeah, it was definitely an easy read. It was one comic. I don't think there were any ads in it at all, which was nice. And the art's spectacular.
That's awesome. This is so off topic, but my sons are starting to get more into comic books, and I have the trade paperback of the Back to the Future Transformers crossover, and that's one that my oldest son wanted to read. So he just finished it, and I'm so happy that he loved it because that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Transformer books are genuinely good a lot of the time.
Yeah. All the ones I've ever read are. Since we're talking about comics, there's a couple of other books that recently came out, and they're Elseworlds DC books, and one of them was called Supergirl Survive, and it's a story about what if, the original plan was for Kara to get in the ship with baby Kal-El and be shipped off. What if that did happen, but then the ship was noticed by Kryptonian, government, and they blew it out of the sky. So as it's flying away, it crash lands on some other odd, distant planet. And that's essentially issue number 1, seeing all that stuff happen. And it was so good.
That's crazy.
And there's another one called Superman, Father of Tomorrow. What if Jor-El gets in the ship because, bad things go down and he survived. So he gets in the ship and crash lands on Earth. And this already fully grown adult Jor-El with all of his Kryptonian preconceived notions kind of becomes a new savior of Earth. That was another interesting book. But so far, I like the Supergirl Survive better.
Yeah, I think I would like the Supergirl Survive better. I feel
Yeah.
like we've seen Jor-El become a savior character before.
I just love all these new Superman stories from different points of view. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm so excited for this Supergirl movie. That's, again, we're just 2 weeks away. I can't wait.
I think my favorite one of those is still Red Sun.
Oh yeah, I do love Superman Red Sun. And I also love Kingdom Come, which is kind of a whole Justice League thing, not just Superman, but I love the
Yeah.
Kingdom Come story so much. Well, hey, we're talking about so much DC. Let's start this week's news off with some DC. So the new DC Studios Wonder Woman series, it's going to be a series, not a movie, called Paradise Lost, is finally in active development. So that's kind of cool. We'll be probably seeing more and more about that in the days to come. Last week, we saw that one random leaked image of Lex Luthor in his battle armor. But this week, they released a whole photo shoot of him in that armor fighting Superman, and who knows what else they're doing. But I think it looks awesome to finally see that comic accurate battle armor in real life. It looks pretty cool to me.
That is cool.
A lot of folks are making fun of it. Like, oh, look at Buzz Lightyear over here. And then, of course, the comic book fans are coming back with so many snapshots from comic pages and animation pages saying, look, that's accurate. Just because you don't read a comic, you want to make fun of it, blah, blah, blah. I think they look awesome. I can't wait to see it in action.
Yeah.
Also, in the world of Superman, we've talked in the past about this kind of DC Studios crime anthology series that takes place in the Superman side of the DC universe. And supposedly it's going to have, some Jimmy Olsen involvement and whatever else. But that series is finally in active development. So it sounds like they're amping up their DC series over at HBO Max. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Last year, did you watch that first season of that new Batman the Caped Crusader animated series made from
No,
Bruce Timm?
Yeah. I did.
Okay. I enjoyed it. It was very different. It rewound time a little bit, way back to I apologize for not remembering the exact decade, but let's say 30s or 40s, something like that. So there's not a lot of technology at all. In fact, it's, Batman with actual grappling hooks and things like that. But season 2 comes out next month, July 31st. So I actually watched the whole thing, and spoiler alert, We don't really see the Joker until the finale. There's kind of a tease of him, but it sounds like season 2 is going to feature the Joker and other villains we did not see in season 1. But yeah, I'm excited. I really liked that show. That'll be fun.
How many episodes was it?
I don't remember it being many. I feel like it was 8 to 12, somewhere in that number. I don't remember the exact number.
Okay.
They did an interesting thing that a lot of people gave a lot of backlash over, and that was they made the penguin a female, and people kind of lost their minds about it. But honestly, when I was watching it, it didn't make me think, oh man, this show sucks. So,
Yeah.
and they announced they're doing that again to another character in season 2. It looks like the Mad Hatter is a woman in season 2. So that'll be interesting to see what they do there. Over with Marvel, there's not a whole lot going on this week. They did announce that Wonder Man season 2 has started development, so all that good stuff's happening.
Oh,
I
it's
actually liked that
exciting.
show. Yeah. Did you watch Wonder Man? I can't remember.
Yeah, I did. It was good.
I liked it. And yeah, season 2 is happening, so that's good. There wasn't a ton of Spider-Man or Doomsday news this week, but someone leaked the second trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I guess it got taken down so fast, but there's a lot of people that took screenshots of a couple of things before it got taken down. And I guess the second trailer, when it does eventually officially come out, it shows the Gray Hulk and it shows him and Spidey seeming to be at odds with each other. And it sounds like it gives a little more insight into some of the side characters like Sadie Sink's character. And we see a little bit more involvement with Frank Castle and stuff like that. But it sounds like because of that leak, we might be getting this new trailer sometime in the next week. So yeah, I'm so excited that we're so close to that movie.
Yeah, I know. It's less than a month, right?
Yeah, next July. So yeah, we're almost there. I'm just excited at how many fun sci-fi movies we're getting this summer between Masters of the Universe, Supergirl, Spider-Man. I think the Odyssey also comes out. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, but we're not gonna. Have you seen how expensive the tickets are for it?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, so I probably won't see it for the first couple of weeks it's out.
Yeah, wait till it's out a little bit and go to the matinee.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. There was, in my news scouring, I saw nothing new about Star Wars, but there was a ton of new stuff from all the other places out there in the pop culture universe. So there's been a lot of speculation about a live action My Hero Academia, but the creators just this past week confirmed it. There is a live action My Hero Academia in the works. So that's kind of
Wow.
fun.
That is cool.
Hopefully, there's been some hit or miss live action anime adaptations, but I really feel like the One Piece adaptation's really good. The Avatar The Last Airbender Netflix series, not that Abomination movie, has been really good. So hopefully it's more along those lines. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
Oh, they just released a teaser trailer for the new Scooby-Doo Origins. That looks kind of fun. The dog is an actual dog, not
Yeah, it
a
looks
big
cute.
CG. Yeah, he's real cute. I feel like the kids they picked to play young versions of those characters look good, so I feel like that'll be a fun one. We know that the Cartoon Network is no longer a thing, but I guess a lot of the studios behind a lot of their original stuff still exist. And I just saw a massive article with a ton of Cartoon Network properties getting new material on different streaming services. So things like Adventure Time is about to get 2 new series and a movie, and that's all
Wow.
going to be over on Amazon Prime, I believe. The new series will be called Adventure Time Side Quests, and there's a little kid version called Hey Yo Bimo that's going to come out, and then a new movie. And the cool thing about the movie is, so the creator of Steven Universe, Rebecca Sugar, she was a writer and music composer on Adventure Time, and she's in charge of a lot of this new stuff. On Adventure Time, she was just a writer and a composer, not, the creator and all this stuff. But she, it sounds like, is the person behind all of this new stuff that's coming. So that's kind of cool. And we've talked a little bit about how Steven Universe is getting a sequel series called Lars of the Stars, where the character Lars, who went off on this whole space mission, it's going to be a whole series about just him. Well, that's pretty much wrapping up, and that's going to be here very soon. There wasn't a release date, but it sounds like later this year we're going to get that. And I'm excited because that is one of my favorite animated universes ever. I love that show so much.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. And for folks who liked the regular show and the Weird World of Gumball, those other Cartoon Network series, those are also getting more content. So fans of that stuff, there's a whole lot coming your way in the next year. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little on topic, a little off topic. Last week, I saw that a new comic book came out about the show Ben 10. Did you ever watch that cartoon back in the day?
No, I missed it for the most part, but I did watch an
Yeah,
episode here and there. I liked it.
yeah. And we were a little bit older when that came out, but when I started having kids, my boys love Ben 10. So I've seen so much Ben 10. Well, this comic book that came out a week or two ago, imagine that character, that world, but it's kind of written for adults, kind of the way Power Rangers made their cool Power Rangers comic a little bit more for adults, and Captain Planet made that Captain Planet book more for adults. This Ben 10 comic is definitely written a little bit more for adults. And I
Okay.
read it and I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to keep reading it.
That's cool.
But let's see. Back to this news here. For fans of the Alien franchise, there's a new Alien movie coming called Alien Awakening. And the character that Michael Fassbender played, called David, is apparently a big part of this movie. So they didn't really talk about the timeline, but that would make it seem like it should be a prequel, maybe, because that character's died. I don't know.
Okay. I think I'm like a movie or two behind the Alien franchise.
Yeah, I watched their recent movie, but I did not watch that Alien series that came out on Hulu.
Mhm.
It looks really good, and I've heard good things about it. I just haven't made time to watch it yet. I need
Yeah,
to watch
same.
that at some point. Did you ever watch the movie Alita: Battle Angel?
Not the movie, but I've watched the anime.
Yeah, I watched the movie. I'm trying to think. Whenever it was new, I watched it. But anyway, it sounds like Disney is bringing a sequel to that, Alita: Battle Angel 2. It's in active development right now with Disney. So for fans of that, you're about to get another one.
That's cool.
There's a lot of sequels and remakes and all kinds of stuff in the works. They just announced a new Gone in 60 Seconds Part 2 with Nicolas Cage returning. That's in the works.
Oh,
That's kind
wow.
of crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
Speaking of Nicolas Cage, he made his Comic-Con debut last week at Indiana Comic-Con, and in my social media feed was tons of pictures of folks with him, and it sounds like he charged $400 for an autograph and $250 for a photo op. So, yikes, that's expensive.
That's super expensive.
But dude definitely walked out of that weekend with some bank because so many people did it.
That's insane.
Let's see. It was announced that actual auditions for the next James Bond have begun. So I guarantee by the end of summer, we'll probably get some kind of announcement of who's going to be the next James Bond.
That's insane too.
Oh, this one was kind of crazy, kind of fun. So a new Inspector Gadget reboot is coming over with Disney. It'll be a movie, not a TV series. And Will Ferrell is going to be Inspector Gadget.
Oh god.
That's kind of funny.
That's gonna be either really funny or really, really bad. I don't think
Right?
there's gonna be any in
Ho-
between.
Could possibly turn out being a little over the top goofy.
Yeah.
There is a new live action Jim and the Holograms series coming to Prime Video. So that'll be hopefully pretty fun.
That was fun.
Cobra Kai, which ended this past year, is getting a new spin-off series at Netflix, and it's already in active development. They gave no details other than the fact that it's coming. So that's kind of
Nice.
cool. Ridley Scott, the director, is working on a new live action adaptation of Treasure Island, and it's going to star Hugh Jackman. I think that'll be fun. This is so funny, maybe, but my favorite Treasure Island is probably Muppet Treasure Island. I love Muppet Treasure Island. Just like my favorite Christmas Carol is Muppet Christmas Carol.
That's probably my favorite Christmas Carol.
Oh, do you remember the movie Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion?
Oh yeah.
Well, they just announced that a sequel to that is coming with the original ladies coming back. So that'll be funny.
That'll be really funny.
Oh, this was a bit of a bummer this past week. So the actor, Anthony Head is his name. He was Giles on Buffy, and he was the jerk, Rupert, on Ted Lasso, and he's been in a ton of other stuff. But he passed away this week. He was 72.
Oh
So that's
wow.
a bummer. Yeah, rest in peace to that guy. I had a little bit of video game news this week, too. I don't know if you've seen this. For the first time since it's existed, Halo is going to be released on other consoles other than Xbox, which is
Oh
crazy.
wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's going to come to PlayStation on July 28th. So for fans who have PlayStation and want to play Halo, that's coming.
Okay.
Also, this is floating around out there. You can find this online. The first teaser trailer for that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin video game that was released.
Yeah, I
Also looks
saw that.
awesome.
It looks cool. I wish they would show more of the Ronin, but we'll see.
Yeah. And earlier today, on June 9th, as of us recording today, Nintendo had their Nintendo Direct for the summer, and there was lots of stuff talked about, but the thing that makes me so excited, it was officially confirmed that later this year by Christmas, it's not a rumor, it's happening. That whole complete ground up remake of Ocarina of Time is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, and the little teaser they gave of it, I had chills. I was so excited.
I'll have to look up that teaser.
Yeah, and I'm equally excited and upset because I kept saying I'm not planning on, at the moment, getting a Nintendo Switch 2 unless they put out a new Zelda game, and they just announced it, so I guess I will be working some overtime to get a Nintendo Switch 2 at Christmas. Well, hey, that is really about all the news for this week. Hopefully everyone's not melting out there in this summer sun. It hasn't been too crazy yet, but it's starting to get crazy here in the Midwest. Today, I grilled some hot dogs for the kids for lunch, and I was sweating just being out there.
Yeah.
But all that to say, go find something fun to do, something fun to read, watch, play. I bet you there's a local comic convention or card show or something happening. Just pull up your Google machine and find it, go to it. But hey, as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week, guys. Same Taylor channel, same Taylor time.
Bye.
Bye.